Welcome to a podcast filled with inspiration and education, an empowerment podcast to make you more self-sufficient. Welcome to From the Hood to the Woods podcast. Your hosts, Robbie and Tay, are here to entertain with great singing and acting, as well as educate on everything you need to live a life filled with purpose. From the Hood to the Woods podcast going live in 3. Welcome to a podcast filled with inspiration and education, an empowerment podcast to make you more self-sufficient. Welcome to From the Hood to the Woods podcast. Your hosts, Robbie and Tay, are here to entertain with great singing and acting, as well as educate on everything you need to live a life filled with purpose. From the Hood to the Woods podcast going live in 3, 2.
Welcome in, you all. This is the Dickinson Adventures, also known as From the Hoods to the Woods. I'm your host, Robbie.
And I'm Tay.
Yeah, and we in here, y'all. Yeah.
All right, guys. We haven't been here in a while.
Nope.
You seen our first podcast.
Yep.
Podcast episode was a long time ago.
Pod class. Yep.
Whatever.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we wanted to come back and just kind of let everybody know what we do. Because things have changed for us. A lot has changed, actually. But what we do, for those who don't know, we're entrepreneurs. We are farmers. While you hear all the birds and stuff in the background.
Yeah.
We also are entertainers. We act and sing.
Yeah.
So we do a lot.
Yeah.
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 So we have our YouTube channel, Dickinson Adventures.
Check it out, y'all.
Yeah, you can check it out. It has some of all of our old stuff on there. Kind of show you where we started. It showed us going to Tanzania for 30 days.
Yeah.
About, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And from there, we came to America, back home. And then we purchased some raw land, and it kind of shows like our journey doing that as well.
Now, we had the land before we went to Tanzania. Don't let her tell you we purchased it after.
Yeah, we had before. Definitely had it before. Yeah, so that actually really helped us out, though, figuring out how to live a self-sustaining life when we came here back to Florida with the raw land and everything. So we want to kind of talk about from the hood to the woods and what does it really mean.
Right.
From the hood just means like urban life, living in the city, you're working, you're grinding, you're not really thinking too much about farming, where your food comes from, things like that.
Yep.
And to the woods doesn't technically mean the woods, even though for those who can see us, we are in the woods. It just means...
You see me dart to the left real quick? Thought I see something. We in the woods, baby.
No, it just means like country life, being more...
Say no backdrop.
Conscious of, natural living.
Yeah.
That's all it really means.
Yeah.
And how these things really relate to the events that's going on in the world right now. So...
Yeah, and y'all bear with us with all this... technological stuff, because we are outside in the woods with a podcast mic, computer, internet, camera. So it's a little different right now, y'all.
Yeah, we're doing a lot. I
got my little machine. Yeah, so let's get it, y'all.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing things a little different.
Yeah.
For those who already follow us, thank y'all so much for sticking with us. We're going to be more consistent. Y'all probably heard us say that before.
A lot.
But we serious for real, y'all. We're not even going to say that, though.
I think the consistency part was more of we liked what we were doing. It just wasn't fully there. We didn't fully have it all the way there. We didn't fully have the niche, because I still want to do a lot of our Dickinson adventure that we do on YouTube with the gardening and showing things about, how to make your fires, how to do your preserving and stuff like that. But this really brings us into full circle, so you can know a little bit more about the things that we're into. Like we're not just regular folk. We like to know about what's going on in the world. We like to know about what's going into our bodies. what's going on in our skin, how to change and do different things, just to keep us healthy and naturally living in our minds sharp, and so this is more of that. This is more of us telling you the news, what's on our mind, with the biblical standpoint of a lot of it too, because that's, I mean, if you don't have a understanding, you're just gonna be causing a lot of fear and unnecessariness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be covering like world events now, and relationships as well, because me and Robbie are married. We've been together for 13 years. We've been married for 10 years. So.
Wait, I got a better kiss.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to deal with him and this dang on soundboard.
I got buttons, y'all.
That's going to be a little bit much. But we're
Yeah.
going to be sharing some of our secrets to how we stay together so long, and why it's important.
And how we're not even where we need to be yet. It stopped automatically.
It did. It's all right, though, because we starting back over.
And we have you recorded over here. So like I say, just getting rid of all these technical problems with stuff. Recording and trying to get this right for the first time. We tried it out when we were in the house and it worked perfectly. You bring it outside and it's like we don't compute with the woods. This does not go together. Stop this now.
Yes. But back on track, y'all. The main difference between back then and now is going to be the biggest thing. It's the biblical view of it.
Yeah.
Because that's probably why we just was kind of just like, what we doing?
Yeah.
You know, because
What we done?
it didn't really have a point, you know. We're not really making no money with this thing. We want to help people. Yeah. So, like, how we still going to do it and be right with it? And that is the only way to be right, y'all.
Hello.
Is with the Father.
Hello.
Okay, so there's probably going to be some things you disagree with, a lot of things you disagree with, but I'm asking you to stay, because there's nothing wrong with having disagreements, y'all. That's how we're going to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
I know now we're in a new age of science, but once upon a time, with science, you put your theory out there and you test it.
Right.
Now we don't do that no more. You put your theory out, and as long as it's a doctor who says it, you're not allowed to test it.
No.
But we're gonna go back to that old scientific method of things. You go back and you try to test things. Yeah, you prove things. And we're gonna do that with the works. That's the only thing I know that is the truth. People lying a lot these days.
Oh yeah.
And they love lies.
Oh yeah.
And we don't want that no more.
No.
So that's what we're gonna be offering over here.
And along with us talking about the word, I want you guys to understand that we're still human. So you might hear mother god dang coming out of my mouth. Her mouth is she's been clean.
Shut up, yeah.
God done worked on that already on her. Mine sometimes slip through the cracks, you know what I mean? But like I say, still human, still working on it. Still mean everything I say with passion and